Good morning, everybody. Lone Wolf Rick here, and it is a Thursday morning, July 7th, here on the Las Vegas Strip. Currently about 8 a.m. here as I'm out roaming around this morning. 86 degrees right now, and they say the high is supposed to get up to 104 degrees today. So we're going to do a little walk here this morning, see if there's anything going on, see if there's any people walking around. I hope everybody's having a great week so far. Hope the weather's cooperating and everybody's doing great. Everybody's feeling good. We'll just kind of roam around here a little bit. I did want to touch on one story. It's like I would probably beat this to death here, hopefully not. But on June the 3rd, I had broke the story, or I did a video on this shopping center here and the Hawaiian marketplace, where they had just completely closed down. All the merchants were open one day, they left the next day. And I had actually, just a few days ago, I made a comment to where it was interesting to me, because it's like the mainstream media hasn't picked up on any of this story. It's like to let people know that this was closed, or if it was a human interest story, or if, you know, most of these things were family owned. It's like, what happened to the families? It's like small business closed or whatever. Yesterday, in a Review Journal, which is the local newspaper here, Las Vegas Review Journal, they finally did a story of these malls closed down. So I did a video on June 3rd to let people know that the videos were, or the stores were closed. And so finally on July the 6th, the local newspaper does a story. It's like talking about these, the shopping centers being closed down, with the story that they closed last week. They said they came and there were just notes on the door, handwritten notes. It's like that they were closed, and which is true. It's like the thing, but they closed way before last week. They closed on June the 3rd. Anyway, I just thought I'd let everybody know that sometimes the mainstream media doesn't seem to have the finger or the pulse of what's going on here in town. And a month later, over a month later, they finally broke a story about how these how the shopping center was closed down. And kind of the same way it was like with the you know, when Tillman Fertitta is going to buy the that property down the road here, and it was said I did a video in March actually talking about the car must be in a hurry. In March, talking about the deal that was being consummated and going through, and the story really didn't break in the media till, you know, the middle of June. So I guess it is what it is. You know, I try to bring people things as it's happening, you know, stories I see, or as most of you know, it's like that are, you know, subscribe or watch my videos. I'm on the Strip all the time, or in between the Strip and downtown. So I pretty much see everything that's going on, or I hear the rumors of what's going on in the case of Tillman Fertitta, and I'll bring the stories to you. So usually I might break the story, as in the case of this area right here, a month before the mainstream media actually decides that it's story worthy. So there you go. That's my my pat on the back attaboy today. One other thing I did want to talk about is over at Bally's, as their rebranding continues to become the Horseshoe Hotel. They had closed down the Race and Sportsbook. You know, and a couple of months ago I did a video on that also. I talked about how they were going to close the sportsbook down and do a remodel and everything, and well, you know, that finally happened about 2 weeks ago. They actually completely walled off, it's like where the Race and Sportsbook was. Now the Race and Sportsbook was downtown, downstairs at the lower level of the property. And well, it's come to find out that basically that's it's not the case. They have actually closed the race and sports book down completely at Bally's and will not be reopening. Now they are remodeling the area, and they're just going to put in a video arcade in that area. Now, it's a pretty big area. It's I think something like 7,000 to 8,000 square feet. So it's going to be a decent sized arcade. It's like once they get it completed, and I'm seeing it's like, you know, it probably should be in the fall of this year. It should be completely done. So that's kind of an interesting story. No more race and sports book at Bally's, soon to be the Horseshoe Hotel, where they do all their branding and everything. So I was reading the article. It was said I was reading about the Horseshoe and with the arcade. It's one of the interesting things that were brought up, and these numbers were through the Las Vegas Convention Authority, who kind of more or less runs everything here in town. They had talked about in 2019 the customers or traffic count that came to Las Vegas. It's like only 5% of the visitors that came to Las Vegas were of underage. Or in 2020 doesn't count because the pandemic and everything, but in 2021 that number has jumped up to 21%. So in 2019, where Vegas was pretty much you know, adult only, you know, the gambling that's like ruled the day. It seems like it's transitioning again to more families coming into town. Where, like I said, 21% of all visitors that came into Las Vegas in 2021 were under the age of 18. Just thought I'd throw that out there at you, a little stat.
His phone, right?
He's after somebody. Just kind of eerie in here when it's not open, isn't it? Alright everybody, well I think that's going to do it for today's video. Came over here to the Miracle Boss shop, Planet Hollywood. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you very, very much. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. And to all of our subscribers, everybody that watches our videos, thank you very, very much. We appreciate your support. Alright everybody, take care, okay? Stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next video. Hey, bye-bye everybody.